It was so exciting being a skinhead. You would see fellow boot boys on passing buses and feel a real connection, and that sense of belonging was multiplied when you went to football. I used to go to Chelsea with my mates Jason and Paul, and sometimes with my brother. It was only 2 or 3 miles from where I lived in Battersea. During school holidays we would go and wander around the ground, walk on the pitch. It was a far cry from today's football experience. On match days you'd get hassled by the police on the way in. On one of the railings at the bottom of the steps that led up to the shed enclosure, you would see rows of bootlaces that had been confiscated by the police. The atmosphere was electric, full of passion and verve. There was always good humour, derogatory songs directed at the opposite team, or even a light-hearted quip at one of your own. The serious vitriol, mostly of an anti-Semitic nature, was directed at London rivals Tottenham, and a few choice songs reserved for the police, who would stand on concrete blocks above us, monitoring the situation. There were no seats, and if Chelsea scored, you'd become part of a sea of chaos. As supporters jumped around, surging along the terraces, you'd often end up yards away from where you'd previously stood. There was a running track around the pitch, so action wasn't as close as it is nowadays, and I was still awaiting my teenage growth spurt, so couldn't really see much. Without doubt, the highlight for me was starting a chant and having thousands of fans join in as the sound multiplied under the tin shack that was the shed. That sense of unity and shared purpose was inspiring. White Wall by Paul London. In the footsteps of legends, where 10 men do mow, the zigga-zagger comes calling, the faint-hearted won't go. On the steps of the shed end, I heard the roar. We are the White Wall, you know the score. Plod rifle our pockets, giving us the chat, seizing bootlaces. I keep a spare in my hat. They electrified the fences to keep in our pride. Yes, we are the Chelsea, and there's no place to hide. Crombies and suede heads, blue and white scarves. A lone voice starts singing, making us laugh. Gas leaks and seagulls, the rat-tat-tat-tat. Scousers all thieving and eating dead rats. White Wall the middle, west side of the shed. We are the Chelsea, we are skinheads. Against the borough, avoided the drop, invading the pitch, lobbing mud at the cops. Cavalier camaraderie, the yearn to belong. I sang the White Wall, and the White Wall sang along.